Hello everyone, welcome to Z Lessons. In this video we are going to answer the grade 9 Mathematics 2022 paper 1 question 16. Question 16 is about number bases. So let us read the questions together. Okay, so this is the question. Convert 5.625 to a number in base 2. So we should convert this number which is in base 10 and convert it in base 2. This question entirely carries 2 marks. So as we do always, we are going to write our number which needs conversion. So if you see this number which has a decimal point, it has a whole number part, this number, then it has this fractional part which is 0.625. We need to convert them separately. So the first step will be to convert 5 to base 2. Then the second step will be to convert, it will involve us to convert 625 to base 2. So this whole number first, which is 5, then this 0.625, which is the fractional part, we shall convert them separately, then we merge the answers. So let me indicate step 1. So we convert 5 to decimal. By now you should be already familiar what decimal is. It just means a binary number with a decimal place. Okay, so let us convert 5 into base 2. The first thing is to divide it by 2. What is 5 divided by 2? Because 2 is the base in which we want to convert 5 into. So that's why we're dividing 5 by 2. So what is 5? 2 into 5. 2 into 5 is 2. Remainder 1. So we write 2, remainder a 1. Now, since we don't, unless this part here, the quotient which is 2 becomes a 0, this is when we are going to end our division by 2. But since this 2 is not 0, we continue. So let us get this 2 that we have found from dividing 2 into 5. We divide it as well by 2. So what is 2 divided into 2? It's going to be 1, remainder 0. Then we ask ourselves the question, is this a 0? No. So it means that we still need to divide that number by a 2. What is 2 into 1? It is 0. Remainder 1. So now we are done. So now in order for us to interpret our answer is these remainders here. We need to interpret them from bottom to the top. So we need to count 1, 0, 1. So therefore 5 base 10 equals 1, 0, 1. By the way, I'm not counting 1, 0, 1. I'm starting from the bottom 1, 0, 1, as you can see from the arrow which I've indicated there. So base 2. So now we have converted this 5 in base 2. Now we have to convert this 0.625, which is the fractional part of this whole number. We should convert it in base 2. So we're going to say step 2. Convert 0.625 to decimal. Okay, so now remember here, when we are converting a whole number which is a 5 into base 2, we were dividing by 2, as you can see repeatedly. But since this here on step 2, we are converting this fractional part which is 0.625, the number after the decimal point. We have to multiply it by 2. Okay, so let us say 0.625 multiplied by 2. Okay, we're going to write the product here. So let me do this. So 0.625 multiplied by 2. What is 2 times 5? 2 times 5 is 10, so 0 carry 1. What is 2 times 2? 2 times 2 is 4 plus that one we carried, which is 5. Okay, this is 5. What is 2 times 6? 2 times 6 is 12. So we're going to write a what? a 2 carry 1. Okay, so we're going to write a 2, then we carry a 1. Now, since this is a decimal point, we indicate a decimal point there, and there is no other number left to multiply 2 with, we're going to write the one that we carried, like so. Okay, so in writing our product here, we're only going to get this part right here, because 0 at the end is not significant, so it's going to be 1.25. So now we're going to stop multiplying by 2 when this fractional part of the product here, this part, as you can see, 0.25, when this whole thing becomes 0, that's when we are going to end. So since it's not 0, we're going to get this number again, ignoring the 1. We should ignore the 1 when multiplying, just getting this part here. So it's going to be 0.25 multiplied by 2. When you are multiplying, don't consider this 1, okay? We only get this part at the end. Okay, so now it's 0.25 multiplied by 2. So 0.25 multiplied by 2. What is 2 times 5? It's 10. 0, remainder 1. 2 times 2, it's 4 plus that 1, 5. Point. We had a point because we are at this point here. Since there is no longer a number to multiply 2 with, we had a 0 like so. So we are only going to get this part for the answer. So it's going to be 0.5. So since we have a number that is not 0, we still need to multiply it until it becomes a 0. So we're going to get this number here, which is 0.5, and multiply it by 2. So if you calculate on your own, you will notice that it will become 1.0. Now, since this has become a 0, we end with our multiplication by 2. Okay, so here we were writing our answers from bottom to the top, but since we are multiplying here, we have to read our answers from top to bottom. So this 1, this 0, and this 1 are the answers. So we're going to say 0.625, we can add a 0, base 10 equals 101 base 2. So now we have found 5 in base 2, so we need to merge our answers. So we are going to say, therefore 5.625 base 10 equals, we're going to get this part here, which is 101 point, there is a point here, 0.101 base 2. So my friends, that's the end of our question. We have answered and we have found the solution to the answer. So make sure you subscribe if you are new to this channel, share to your friends, share to your family, and I'll see you next time.